The war ended so slowly that nobody noticed the exact day the maps changed. First came the sanctions, then the shortages, then the drones crossing the border at night like insects with metal wings. Within 5 years, the country of Velkar was ash and concrete. Hospitals collapsed first, schools after that. The rivers turned gray from factory runoff and burnt fuel. Children learned to sleep through explosions before they learned to read. North of the ruins stood Ilion, untouched. Ilion's leaders appeared on every screen during the war, speaking in calm voices about regional stability and necessary intervention. They denied responsibility while their companies stripped Velkar's mines clean and sold weapons to both sides. By the time Velkar finally broke apart, Ilion's economy had doubled. Then the refugees came. Thousands crossed the sea in leaking boats or walked for months through fenced borders and frozen forests. They arrived carrying photographs, dead phones, sick children. They believed the stories about Ilion: clean streets, safety, jobs, lights that never turned off. At first, Ilion welcomed them. There were cameras waiting at the ports, politicians shaking hands, volunteers handing out bread and blankets beneath giant national flags. The broadcasts called it compassion, humanity, civilization proving its worth. But compassion in Ilion had an expiration date. Housing prices rose, wages dropped, hospitals became crowded. Every problem that already existed suddenly found a new face to blame. They steal our jobs. They live off our taxes. Their men are animals. Their women breed too many children. The same channels that once showed crying refugee children now replayed surveillance clips of thefts, street fights, assaults. Every crime became proof. Every room became truth before sunrise. Nobody mentioned the war anymore. Nobody mentioned who destroyed Velkar. Factories owned by Ilion corporations still operated in the ruins, extracting what little remained while the survivors washed dishes and cleaned office towers in the country that buried them. Amira noticed it first at work. People stopped using her name. They called her Vel. Customers smiled while asking whether her brothers carried knives. A man in a train station spat at her shoes and told her to go home. Home. The word felt obscene. One night, she passed a political rally in the capital square. Thousands stood beneath floodlights, waving banners that read, "Save our nation." On the giant screen behind the speakers appeared images of starving Velkar refugees, besides statistics about crime and unemployment. The crowd screamed with rage. Amira stared at them and realized something colder than hatred. They needed her people ruined forever. Because if Velkar's survivors were human, then Ilion had committed a crime too large to survive admitting.